Hello, everyone. Danny Garola here with Stamp in the Pink Barn, coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. I am going to be doing our July's paper pumpkin. This is the Sending Good Thoughts. It was that nautical themed paper pumpkin. Now, this paper pumpkin is no longer available, but there are refill kits that you can get over in my store. I have put the link in the description of this video where it doesn't come with the stamp set and it doesn't come with the ink spot. So the refill kit comes with all of the consumables. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I am trying out. My husband has convinced me that AirPods are the way to go, especially when I have my daughter, my little co-host tonight. Was kind of today actually was kind of a crazy day. I had my very first two live videos in one day. I had my Thursday YouTube live, my coffee and cards, and it went okay. My internet was having some glitchy problems in the beginning, but nonetheless, I persevered and got the card made. I made a super, super cute card. When I get you guys flipped around, I'll show you the card that I made during Coffee and Cards today. Hello, Mom. Um, so yeah, that happened. And like I said, I think as far as volume control and that kind of stuff, it went well, but it was due to my internet. I was having some glitchy times, but you guys can catch the replay of that. I have linked it, linked uh, direct link over to my blog, which is where the YouTube video has been placed in there. So I've been a busy, busy bee today. So not only did I have my first live this morning at noon, but I also did a whole blog post for that. And then I worked on some of my swap cards, which on my team, we have had 22 people sign up to do this month's swap. And so I can't wait to get everybody's cards in. It was all about techniques. So I am so excited to get some new techniques for you guys. It may not be a new technique for you, but nonetheless, hello, Frida. But nonetheless, it'll just be something new to kind of come in and show you guys. This one, I'm having problems with it staying in my ear. So the reason why he convinced me is because everybody's home today. The whole fam is home. Um, and he was telling me how these have noise cancellation in them, which my phone, the device that I record from, does not have um, a noise cancellation feature on it because my phone's a couple years old and I'm not willing to go spend $1,000 on a new phone. Just not going to happen right now. We are trying to get into our new home and that kind of stuff. And actually, my husband just got home about a half an hour ago. Him and my mom were both over at the other house getting all the uh, I guess you would say plumbing. I guess they got the swamp cooler going. They had to put a new pump on it or new motor on it. They had to put, I guess, new filters or something like that. I don't know. They just got it all up and going. They had to program the uh, water softener and get that going. So then there is clean water going through all the pipes now. So yeah, so it has just been one of those days. And then we are going to head out on a little adventure tomorrow. So that's why I need to make sure that I get everything done today. So yeah, I am actually, for my technique that I'm doing in the swap cards, I am doing the bleach color lifting. It's where if you take some of our Stampin' Up cardstock, and if you just take a little bit of bleach, which be in a well-ventilated room, just a disclaimer on that. If you have a fan blowing or whatever, if you're by a window, definitely have some well ventilation going on. But you take a little bit of Clorox bleach or whatever bleach you choose. Hello, Melanie. And you take a paintbrush or one of our aqua painters. You can fill the bleach up into the aqua painter or water painters, and you can actually do it over our paper. And some of our papers actually come out like here. Let me show you this one. This is not the card that I'm going to make, but it's just one that I had like sitting around. This is the technique that I want to show you that I am doing. So this is on soft, succulent paper. Look at this yellow. I did not color it yellow. All I simply did was take bleach on the end of a paintbrush and I colored these flowers, and the bleach actually lifted uh, the color off of that and out of that paper to make it this gorgeous yellow color. Like, who would have thought, right? That certain papers that we have. Oh, awesome. You definitely go spend time with the hubby and the kids. I 100% get that one. Yep, you got to have family time. So, but thanks for stopping in, Melanie. Um, So yeah, quite a few of our papers, you'll just have to kind of play with it and see which ones have a good color lift to it to really make that, neat color. And then I did kind of a flickering splatter technique to see if I liked that look over that. But this was just a piece of scrap that I was just playing with. But just wanted to, kind of share that with you guys. Try bleach on our paper and see what kind of, you know, look that you get. Hello, Gowrie. So today, like I said, we are going to be doing the paper pumpkin. I've got some cute cards and a scrapbook page for you guys. So let me show you guys. This was really kind of crazy. I've never ever in my 2 years of subscribing to Paper Pumpkin have I ever had one of our boxes come to us like this. And my mail lady, when I went down and picked up the mail, she goes, I want you to know that this was not our post office, because she knew I would probably come unglued. But she goes, this was not our fault. This came to us like this. And I was so thankful that these are wrapped in a plastic wrap, because otherwise I would have probably lost my stamp set and I probably would have lost my ink pad. But thank God, Stampin' Up wraps it in cellophane. But yeah, this is how my box came to me. Look how crushed it is. It's like squished and like finagled, and there's a great big hole back here. Like I said, luckily everything was in there. There are a few of my envelopes that are a little bit bent, but nothing that, I'm going to worry about. But yeah, isn't that crazy that, like, who does that? It almost looks like as it was going through from wherever it gets shipped from, that it looks like somebody decided to set it on the corner of a box and then put boxes by it, and it just completely crushed the whole thing. So I just thought, wow, that's crazy. In 2 years, I've never had it come to me like that. But I was quite surprised that everything, was fine in the inside of it. So I just thought I would share that with you because it happens. I'm no different than anybody else. So, just to let you guys know. All right, I am going to get you guys flipped around here. Like I said, there is a refill to this kit. So if you already have this month's the stamps and the ink, know that there you can go over and buy the refill kit for this. All right, so let me get you guys flipped around here, and then we will get to our stamping fun. All right, so hold on. So yes, hopefully with wearing these ear pods, I don't have the sound from my fan coming through, because I do know that was kind of a problem for some people, that they could hear the fan running, which it is way too hot here in Tucson, Arizona for me to turn my fan off. I know sometimes that noise is kind of a crazy, what do they call it, like white noise. But otherwise, I sit here and I just melt. I have done it through a couple of my videos, and I'm like, ugh, with these lights going and everything, I just can't live without my fan being on. So trying these AirPods out, and with the noise cancellation, hopefully you guys don't get that crazy fan sound anymore. All right, and then, like I said, when my little co-host is sitting behind me watching TV, you guys shouldn't have, like we had the last video, where you guys could hear any of the television going on behind me. All right, so like I said, today we are doing the Sending Good Thoughts Paper Pumpkin. That is the July kit. So coming up for August, we have the Sweet Sunflowers Paper Pumpkin kit. This is in full swing right now. You have until August 10th to pick this up. Now, you can either subscribe monthly for this, where they just take the money directly out of your account and it comes right to your mailbox. Hello, Carolee. And or you can do the prepaid option. I'll talk a little bit about this in just a second. Now, with this kit that is coming, normally you will get one ink spot, which looks like this. You'll normally get one of these ink spots in your kit, but for this coming up kit for August, they're actually putting two of those in there. I really like having those ink spots because it really helps with your collection of ink. If you don't want to get the full size pads, those little spots are excellent, and that's a great way of building up your collection is with the paper pumpkin. So with this current one, you can get the crushed curry and soft suede in this current kit. So that's really awesome to get 2 in 1 in this kit. You're also going to get some of that beautiful bumblebee, it looks like a hive, foil paper. This is going to make 9 cards total, 3 each of 3 designs, along with the coordinating envelopes. These are going to be absolutely gorgeous. I can see a lot of fall cards coming out of this when it comes to our alternatives. So beware of that one, so you know that ends August 10th. Now, the reason why I want to talk about the prepaid route to go is because right now you can earn those free celebrations items. Now, so earlier I was saying that I did my Facebook Live this morning around noon, and you can catch the replay over on Facebook, or you can visit my blog and go to my coffee and cards. It's under the heading there. There's a tab of different buttons you can click. But if you look at the coffee and cards from today, you will see that I actually used 2 of the celebration products on the card that I made. And so here is that super adorable card that I made using 2 of the celebrations. So here's this paper here. Now it comes white. I actually did some sponging over this, or some blending, and I added some pool party on that. But the main basis of this card was to show you guys that these dies can 100% be a standalone set to make beautiful sceneries for cards. And isn't this little camper just the cutest thing ever? And of course, I had to make it pink because y'all know me. And I also found out that this velvet, it's called snowy white velvet paper. I actually tore it to give it more of that snow look to it, but you can actually stamp on it. It stamps beautifully, holds the color, it doesn't smear. It is absolutely amazing and turns out really neat. So go check out that video. All right, but with that being said, you can earn that product free, that die set, when you spend $100 worth of product. Now the paper you can earn spending $50. So what that means is if you buy the 3-month prepaid subscription card, you will get one of the $50 celebrations items. So that could earn you your paper here. Now, if you buy the 6-month prepaid subscription, you can earn 2 of the $50 celebrations items, or one of the $100. So that's where you could get that die set from. If you purchase the 12-month prepaid, you can get 4 of the $50 freebies, or 2 of the $100 freebies in there. So that's why a lot of people right now will go ahead and purchase the prepaid for their paper pumpkin. That's what a lot of customers do. So they're getting some free product along with it anyways, because they know they want their paper pumpkins, and this way they're earning freebies with it, because hey, why not? So just to let you know, oh, and the way that that works is you will get sent a code. So you're going to go into my store. You're not going to go to Paper Pumpkin to purchase these. You're going to go to shopdannygarola.com, and you're going to go to prepaid Paper Pumpkin, and you're going to purchase whatever increment you want. They're going to then email you a code. You're going to use that code then when you go to paperpumpkin.com, and that's where you're going to enter that code, and that's when you will get your upcoming kits. I also have 20 cards for $25. This is all of my cards that I have made. I've got a surplus of them, and I need to start downsizing because of the upcoming move that we're going to be having. These are some gorgeous cards in here. I will put 20 cards in an envelope for you guys and mail those out to you. Priority shipping. I think priority shipping is $8.95 right now. But that way they will come in an envelope, because these are all going to weigh different weights, because some have more elements than others. And so I'm not going to do it off of weight. That way you know that it comes right to you in a nice envelope. It's made of cardboard, so it keeps them a little bit better protected. So I'm offering these up to you guys, because instead of just, giving them away, I thought, you know what? There's no way in the world I'm ever going to be able to mail that many cards, because I've got boxes upon boxes upon boxes. And I know you guys love the cards that I make, so I'm offering them up to you guys. Also, I've got adhesive kits for $35. You get everything you see here in this page: a 6-inch clear ruler, a pack of mini dimensionals, regular size dimensionals, green glue, a sand eraser for those boo-boos with your ink, a adhesive eraser, so when the glue gets a little crazy and you got a glue gob there, that just picks it right up off of there. You've got a package of mini glue dots, tear and tape, and then it comes in one of these really cute clear bags that you can take with you when you go to your card making classes, and throw a pair of snips in there and you're set. Okay, I think that is all I needed to talk to you guys about today. So this is my paper pumpkin class. I do this, I try to do it every Thursday, or every last Thursday of the month, for the current rolling kit that has been mailed out. Sometimes life happens, like last month we were going to be up at the hospital, so I didn't get around to doing that kit, but you know what? We do them when we can. So this kit was also one that made 9 cards, 3 of each of the designs, and along with 9 of the envelopes as well. I am not going to be making the cards that it has kind of recommended for you to make. I am here to make some alternatives for you. So let's go ahead and get into that. I do want to show you guys the stamp set that was included with this, because it is all so amazing. Look at that ship right there. This is very nautical themed. You've got this super cute little seahorse and some, kind of seaweed coming up, and just some really, really fun little sentiments as well. And then this one came with Bermuda Bay ink spot. All right, so the first card that we're going to do, let me get out my bits and pieces here. I am actually using one of the card bases in this. So it came with 3 of the, I'm going to say that's probably fresh freesia. So it came with 3 of the fresh freesias, and then 3 of the basic gray, and then 3 of the Bermuda Bay. So I'm using one of the fresh freesia, and I will probably come in with my regular sized Bermuda Bay stamp pad, because it's just easier and it's right here, and I haven't opened up that spot yet. I also grabbed a piece of crumb cake. Now this I'm going to be sizing down to the size of what I need. I'm also grabbing, they included in this some of these card fronts. Now I've already got some set aside, but you're going to get 3 of these. Now these are embossed and raised. I don't know if you can see that dimension on that. There's also these ones here that have the like ocean waves, and it does that ombre effect. You've also got some raised clouds here that have been embossed on that. And then you've got the fresh freesia waves on here, also again doing that ombre. So these are already embossed and raised for you. It also comes with, let me get these out of here, 3 sheets of, it has a couple of different corals here. You've got a big seahorse, some seagulls, and a starfish there. And it comes with 3 sheets of the 3 different size bottles. And then you've got this banner here and then a little tag right there. You also get your glue dots in there, and you get a roll of the linen thread to decorate your cards up. So for this one, I'm actually grabbing this piece here, and I'm going to put this as my card front. So let's go ahead, and these have already been pre-scored for you. Now we're going to take and we're going to turn this card landscape style. So I've already taken, and I have taken this from this, and I have peeled this towards me. Now this is going to get laid on here, but I need another one. So I'm just going to pull towards me because I like that rough, raw edge of the paper coming towards me. And that one is probably, I think I'm going to use, yep, I'll use this one. All right, so let me cut these down. So I know my layer here is 4 by 5.5, or 4 by 5.25. So I just need to cut this down to 5.25. Okay. Now when I go to adhere these together, I'm going to be very careful to leave enough space up here so I can tuck some of my little elements in between the 2 layers. So I'm just going to put just a light little line of glue there. Maybe if I can get my glue to work. I always keep a push pin on the side of that just in case I've got this problem. I can just poke that in there, just like that. Okay, so there is that. Now that is going to go right on the bottom of this card base. Then we're going to start adding some elements to this. So let me go ahead and get this glued on here. Hello, Florence. Hello, Louise. Or Lewis. Lois. There we go. God, why do I struggle with your name so bad? I tell you what. I don't know why that name just is so hard for me to say. Okay, so there is that. And then I am going to take my little, well, I've already looped him in there, so I could have him be there. But I took the little seahorse and I wound his tail around the little piece of coral here. And now this is going to sit kind of tucked a little bit behind this piece here. So I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and just put that down. Yes, it's been a hot minute that I've seen you pop in here. There we go. Miss Lois, I know you've had some hard times fall on you. I'm glad you can come in here and join us. All right, so I'm just going to glue that down just like that. And then I don't like that this is hanging over a little bit, so I'm just going to cut that little piece off there because I'm just a little too picky about seeing that blue. There we go. I hope you got the card that I sent you also, Lois. And then we're going to take one of those little starfish, and I'm going to place this just on a scrap here and use this little polka dotty. Hello, Cheryl. And just add a little bit of texture to this starfish here. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and tuck it in between that. Just like that. And then add just a little bit of glue to the back of this. And then I'm going to take the smallest bottle, this one right here, and I am going to add it over here, if I can get it underneath there, just like that. But before we glue it down, I am going to put the sentiment on this little tag here. So I've got a couple different sentiments here. One says, thinking of you, can't wait to see you. That one would just be too long. So I think I'm going to do thinking of you. Or I didn't get that one. I got can't wait to see you. We'll do that, I guess, since I grabbed the wrong one. Do I want it going this way? No, I want it going this way. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to grab our twine here. Our linen thread. Oops, wrong ones. Okay, and then I'm just going to tie a little knot on this. So that kind of just sits there. Not going to try to attempt a fancy little bow. Okay, leaving that a little loose so it's loosey-goosey so that thing kind of can free float around until I can figure out where it's going to set. And then I'm going to cut this down just a skosh because it's a little long. Okay, let me get some glue on the back of this bottle. Okay, and then I'm going to use one of these little mini glue dots. And just stick that just like that. Okay. And then this will just get glued right onto our card base. Just like that for a little under the sea, little seascape scenery there. All right, so there is card number 1 for alternatives. Then let's get down to card number 2. Okay, so card number 2, I cut myself a 11-inch piece of cardstock. This is Bermuda Bay, since it's kind of our main theme color of this kit. What I have done with this, now this is 4¼ by 11. I have come in and I have cut this at the 5½ mark and the 2¾ I didn't cut it, I scored it, because if I would have cut it, we wouldn't have a card base. Get my facts straight here, lady. Okay, so I have scored it at 5½ and 2¾ right? Let's make sure. Yep, 2¾ And so how we're going to do this is we're going to fold it right on that 5½ and then where this 2¾ mark is, I hope you guys can kind of see that score mark there. Trust me, it's there. I'm going to fold this back onto itself. So I come out with a little fun fold here. Hello, Laura. And then I have grabbed some pieces here. Now this is one of those borders here, or one of the layers that they had here with the little clouds and stuff. So I'm going to grab one of those. That is actually going to go on the inside of our card here. Then I have taken one and I have cut it down. Now this is 2.5 by 4. So this is going to go on our front piece here. Again, 2.5 by 4 for my little basic white. That's going to go there. And then what we needed was a 11-inch. Hello, Peggy. This is 11 inches by 1.25. Again, I kind of did the same thing. I scored it at the 5.5 mark, and then at the 2.75. But we're going to actually take this and go completely the opposite flip around on this card. So we're going to take this bit, and this is going to go inside and then outside. Okay, just like that. So that gives me kind of a backwards fold from what I had on the front one. So my long piece here, like the long piece here is on this side, on your right side. The long piece here is going to be on your left side, all right? So we'll get to that in just a second. Let me get these pieces glued down in here. Now, I'm sure you guys have probably seen this fun fold. It's called a double Z fold. All right, this little piece right here, I think I want to stamp on, but I think I'll be okay once I get it in there. Now, I shouldn't say that because that's when bad things happen. When I jinx myself, darn it. But we're going to just go ahead and stick that in there. Because you guys know how I feel about stamping on something. I like to stamp first before I adhere it down, because if I screw this up, I can't flip it over and have a second chance. I'm one and done on this because I've already adhered it inside of this card. Hello, Christine. Okay, so now to this front piece here. Okay, so there is our little fun fold part. Now we can go ahead and adhere this in here. So this is going to go pretty much like that, because our whole card will shut and lay inside of an envelope perfectly. So I just got to figure out where I really want that setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hold this piece first and just add some glue to the inside of the long piece. But I know this is where my card front here is going to stop because it's the right measurement. So I'm going to just put glue on that piece, and then I'm going to stick that piece down first. Oops. Getting a little carried away here. Okay. And then now, knowing that that's going to stick, now I can open this back up and I can glue this inside piece to this flap, because now I've got it anchored down on the front of that card where I know it's not going to go anywhere, but then the placement is going to be perfect because it's just going to stay right there. Okay, just like that. So that is your double Z fold. Now you could do this in a much bigger piece and do the same effect here, but I just really wanted to show off this gorgeous embossed paper because I just love it. Okay, so then I grabbed another piece of basic white. Now this is 1 inch by 5.25. Now this is going to go right here, but I am going to, before I adhere that down, I've got some other things I want to do. And then I have two more pieces from this back border piece. Again, that is 1 by 2.5. Now these two pieces are going to go here and here. Now those two pieces I can go ahead and stick on this card. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to wait on that piece and move that out of the way. Now I came in with one of my middle bottles here. Now, if you take this bottle and you flip it, see how there's this little blue, almost like there's water inside of this bottle. I am going to actually stamp this really neat ship. We're going to put the ship in the bottle. Ugh. I'm going to stamp off once and see, make sure we don't have any little hairs or anything in there, because that happens. Okay, now I'm just going to stamp that right in the center there. Just like that. Beautiful. All right. Then we can bring this over here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ship and I'm going to set the ship right like that. But then coming in with my sentiments, I can bring, if I can get it the right way, sending good thoughts. I think I'm going to put that right there. Now you guys know that I like to throw my stamp down on my table first, because then I know that I'm not manipulating my stamp to be curved, because when I throw it down, it's going to take its shape and be straight now when I pick that up. But I need to turn it around so the words are facing me and not upside down. Okay, so I'm going to take this off of here and know that I need to stay low and to the right of this. And I just give it a little rock there to make sure that I'm getting the full coverage of that whole stamp. Okay. Now I can go ahead and glue that down. Aren't those colors just so cool together? Oh, I love it. Okay, the bottle's going to go there. Then I'm going to bring in two of those seagulls, and I'm just going to place those up and over here. So when our card closes, we'll see one seagull flying just like that. And you can see those little clouds, those little puffed up clouds there. So let's get this. So I'm going to hold on to that knowing that the glue is going to go right here. And then when I put that down there, it'll sit just like that. And then the sentiment says, wishing you all the best. So sending you good thoughts, wishing you all the best. I really like that. Now I'm going to put that right there. Oh, beautiful. Can you guys see how red my knuckle is? I was talking about it earlier on my YouTube live. Yesterday I had a run-in with a cactus and it got me pretty good. It was a big piece of jumping cholla. So our goats got out yesterday. They decided to keep rubbing against the fence and they broke a piece of it open. So they're over in my neighbor's yard. And so when I went to go get the goats, I went to bend down and pick up a big piece of debris that was on the ground. Well, I mean, it's not like I haven't lived here for, 10 years or anything. And I know that what doesn't bite you is going to prick you or it's going to sting you. But I reached down and the cholla was kind of up over here, but because it's jumping cactus, this big chunk like jumped up and stuck onto my hand. I scream. My husband is like, "What the heck?" And I'm all the way on the other side of the yard. He comes running over and I've got this big piece of cactus. Well, normally how you have to get cactus out of your hand is because you can't grab it because there's too many other pieces of it. You normally have to grab a piece of, or you have to grab a pair of needle nose pliers or something. Well, I grab the very end of it and I start pulling it up. Well, as I'm pulling it, it's starting to bend and just stick to the rest of my hand. And I'm like, oh my Lord, I'm never gonna get this cactus out of my hand. So I try to start bending my fingers. So as you can see, I have like these little pin cushion holes all in my finger. But this morning, it's really weird. My knuckle is like aching so bad. Like, so I don't know if there was like neurotoxins that those cactus when it sticks into you, if there's like a kind of a poison in that cactus, but man, is my knuckle. So if you guys might notice that my vein is like huge and protruding here, my knuckle's all red and my fingers are a little bit swollen. So just my goofy little story of the day. It's never a dull moment here in the desert. All right, so I'm just going to take a few of these. Oh yeah, so I am probably the only desert person that does this because I'm probably not the smartest of people, but uh most of the time in the desert, you know that there's cactus and there's things that'll bite you. Most of my farming friends that are around always make sure that they wear boots and they wear long pants. And my husband had work boots on and he had pants on. But no, here's my crazy self. I'm out there in flip flops and shorts and a tank top. Yeah, leave it to Danny. I gotta be the one. But luckily, I was jumping all over, chasing these goats down and everything, and it happened to my hand, right? Go figure. So my husband said, he goes, "Aren't you afraid of getting bit by something?" I said, "Well, I don't even think about it. I just throw shoes on and go do what I got to do. I guess I should probably start thinking about those things because we do have scorpions and we do have snakes and, take my chances, I guess, right? Okay, so there is, minus the little black dot, there is our, okay, I'm going to move this though, because I want it kind of hidden behind that flap when it's shut. Okay, there we go. That's how I wanted that. So isn't that the cutest little card? I thought this fun fold worked so well for this sending good thoughts card. Okay, so that is card number 2. All right, let me get these out of the way here, because we are going to bring in the scrapbook page, and I need to have space here. All right, so the piece that I am using for my scrapbook page, because I like to make 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. This is from I think it's the Awash and Beauty is what this is called. Let me make sure. Oh no, this is from Abigail Rose. That is the name of this paper. This is Abigail Rose Designer Series paper. Gorgeous paper. Get 2 of each of these sheets and that one. And the back side of that looks like that. I could see beautiful masculine cards with this side. But I'm going to use this. I also need to have my piece of basic black. This is 10.5 by 8. This is going to go right here. Then I need my white piece here, which I probably should have used vanilla since that was, but you know, we're going to go with the white. This is 6 by 10.25. Okay, that's going to go right there, but we're going to do some, what am I trying to say? We're going to do some sponging on this. My mat that I'm going to use for my photo sheet, this is 6.25 by 4.25. And then my just little white scrap piece here is 6 by 4, because that's going to be the size of my photo that's going to go on this. So set that aside. Then I'm bringing in one of the little borders that go, I didn't bring those out and show you that. This also comes with a sheet of 4 of these circles for labels, and then you get 4 of the little banners here. So I'm using one of those banners. We're going to set that right up there to the side. I also brought a piece of crumb cake in. Now this I'm going to tear, and we're going to make like sand for that. And then I brought in some soft suede, which again, we're going to make some more sand. Then I'm going to use this red piece of coral, and we're going to tuck that in. I'm going to use this bottle here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to put a sentiment in that yet. I'm still deciding, or if I'm going to put another ship piece in that, but that's going to be tucked in there. And then I'm not sure if I want this up a little bit higher in the bottle, but that's going to be tucked in. And then we're going to put our little seagull. This bit here is going to go kind of across the top there, so you kind of see what I'm doing. So let me move that out of the way. This is going to get tucked in between this as well, but we need to do some sponging on this white piece. Okay, so let me move this out of the way. And let me bring in a piece of bigger scrap paper here. Now I need to grab a darker colored cardstock because this cardstock is thicker, but I need a long piece. That's not long enough. I'm going to take this basic gray and I'm just going to, because it's long enough, I'm just going to cut this down to like 2.5. And I might need both pieces depending on how gooped up we get this. Okay, I'm going to use Pool Party. And then I'm going to grab my, hopefully that'll work. If not, I may just grab one of our old sponges. I'm sure you guys probably have those around if you have been with Stampin' Up. These things were like heaven until they came out with these, and then these are kind of like the new thing. But I still kind of like going back to these for certain things. So I'm going to kind of pick my midpoint here on this. So what did I say this was? This is 10 1/4, so we're going to go 5 1/8. I'm just going to mark this just really lightly there. And then when I know that I have that as my midpoint, I'm going to bring this down. And then I'm just going to grab some of this ink. Now what I want to do is I just want to stay kind of right along that paper because that's where I want the heaviest and the darkest color. Now I know you can't really see that, but when I pick that up, you can really see that line. Okay, and then I'm just going to pick this up and move it just again. Just being kind of a little bit heavier when I know that I'm on this line. And then again, we're just going to keep moving this. Now this is what's going to give me that ray of sunshine effect, I guess you might say. Okay, turn it again. And you can make these as wide or as thin as you want them. Now I like to make mine closer together towards the bottom and then have them start getting bigger as I go up the paper. Now if you have a stencil or something, it would do the same effect to this, so you're not doing this. But this is kind of that cheater method that if you don't have a stencil and you want that look, this is the way you get it. So I just like to show you guys some of those things that if you don't have all the things but you want the look, there's always a way, right? Now, you could probably use a long enough piece to make it be symmetrical, but I'm not worrying about that. I'm just trying to get the color added. So over here, it might be tighter than what it's going to be as far as spacing. I'm not going to stress about that. I just want the look. So that's good to know that the blending brush is going to give me that same effect that I thought that the sponge would do. I should have probably had one of these already recreated so you guys didn't have to sit here and watch me do this whole thing because it's pretty repetitive, but you guys need to see how this is done. Because maybe you guys have been seeing cards that have this look to them, and you're like, well, I don't have a stencil. I don't have anything to make that. Well, that's what I'm here for, is to teach you that there's always a way. What's that saying? Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, so there is, oops, I forgot to go this way. Okay, there is our beautiful ray of sunshine. And especially when you think of the beach, and this part is a little bit dark down here, that's okay because we're going to be putting that, this would be really pretty in yellow as well, but I really wanted this blue look. But we're going to put some of that sand along there. So get rid of the scrap. Let's grab in all of our bits here. I need this piece. And so again, I'm going to tear towards myself. Okay, so let me cut this down. What did I say the measurement was? 10 1/4, I think. Yep. All right, so that's going to go there. Now I'm going to bring in these pieces. I'm just going to cut them down. guess I should have probably cut that at 10 1/4 first. Okay, so there's one piece. Cut this down at 10 1/4. I'm going to cut this piece off because this corner of this paper right here was a little bit jacked up, so we'll just cut that side off. Okay, again, come in here, tear some of this off. Okay, another little strip. So I'm just going to make a couple of these so it looks like it's the different layers of the dirt and the sand. Okay, and then this last little strip here. Now again, to give this some really good depth, you could always come in and sponge over this to give it some more realistic look, especially on this piece here, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm just going to take some of these layers and start just laying them on here so I can see if I need to cut some more. I might need to cut some more of that, or actually shorten it down some. Okay, let me grab one more piece of this, and I'm going to actually just add an extra little piece of this up there. Bring in some more of the crumb cake in. Okay, just like that. All right, now this should work. So I'm going to add this layer like there. Oops, I didn't cut it short enough. Hold on. So 10 1/4 is what we need this. Okay, that should work perfect. All right, so you guys see what I'm doing here, right? Okay, now we're going to grab this, glue this to now this is for one 4x6 photo. Now that's going to go like that. And this whole piece is going to then set on here, just like this. And I'll glue all this down off camera so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me get frustrated with this, because I got to get it perfectly straight on there because of my crazy straightness. It just has to be done. Okay, that's going to go there. And I think, where did I put the stamps? We got to figure out what sentiment I want to go across this. Ooh, this darn little bug. Okay, so we can put the sending good thoughts across there. I think that will be the biggest one that will look best on that. Okay, so let me get that stamped. And I'm decided that I'm going to move that over because I'm going to grab some of this linen thread and I am going to wrap this around here and make a bow. I'll probably should wait until I get this adhered on there so I can actually make a bow. So if you guys live close to me here in Tucson, Arizona, and you guys would love to get together to have a little craft party, I would love to come to your house and you invite some of your friends and family, and we all get together and we have a day of crafting, because hey, that's always fun. Then I get to teach your family and friends along with yourself some techniques and some fun crafting ideas, and that card making is not scary, and it is actually a lot cheaper than going to the store and buying cards. And who doesn't love having homemade cards like sent to them? You know, when it comes from the heart, it is so much better, a handmade card versus a store-bought card. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to turn this way. Okay, I think I like that one going like that. I want this. See, this is why I'm going to have to glue these all down. I think that's going to go there. And then my little seagull friend. Maybe, I don't know, maybe these colors need to be broken up a little bit, because that is. And then again, I'm going to put some twine around that. It almost seems like I need something else up here, but don't know. Maybe we can put, ooh, you know what? Maybe we could put these two little seagulls flying up there. And get these things unstuck without destroying everything. Maybe we need these two seagulls flying. Maybe something like that. Because I still want those flowers to be seen. and maybe a starfish. Just a little. Maybe something like that. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with that. What do you guys think of that? Does it look like do you guys see something that you're like, no, 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 hold on, you need to do this? Do you see something that is just not popping out to me, but you can envision it being there? Oh, maybe this bottle needs a bit of seaweed. And then maybe one of these, ooh, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Thought. I think I'm going to actually thinking if I put a bit of sand in that, maybe. I might need a wider piece here. Nope, that should work. Put that right along the edge there. Okay, I'm going to put it like there is sand inside of that, and then I'm going to make this look like there is dirt in this bottle. Okay, like that. Now we can add some seaweed. Like this bottle has been in the ocean for a long time, to the point that it's even gotten seaweed. Oh, you stinking little gnat. Okay, like that. Okay. Yeah, I like that better with the sand in that in that bottle up tipped. Okay, you guys, so I will go ahead and get some twine wrapped around that. I will get some pictures taken. Almost thinking that little seahorse would be cute in there, but I think I would like it if I did it in red. I mean, I don't know why there would be a seahorse in the bottle, but if it's got water in it, why not? Because I can, right? Let's grab, let me see what the color is. I think it's either, let me see, down here it always tells us what our coordinating colors are. So Poppy Parade is this red. So I'm going to grab Poppy Parade because of course I want all my colors to match. Grab this bottle again. And I'm going to put this little seahorse right here. Ah, very cute. And get that red put away before I do some bad things with that red, because you guys know how I am with red ink. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, that just adds a lot to that bottle. And then it gives a little bit more of that red pop to that. So there is my scrapbook page. Like I said, I will get pictures of this. I will get it all adhered down. I don't know. You guys may or may not see it with the message in the bottle. No, I think I'm going to leave it alone. But this is the scrapbook page that I have created, and I will get some still photos of this as soon as I get it all adhered down, and I will get them posted over on the blog. I will get this video here that we're doing this live. I will get it uploaded over to Facebook and then get it put to the blog as well. So you're going to have to give me a couple of hours. It takes me a little bit. Here is card number 2 that we made. So adorable. And this is that first card that I made as well. So just to give you guys a couple of different little ideas on what you can do out of the box from this paper pumpkin. So thank you guys so much for coming in here and joining me. I will see you guys back here on Monday for our normal Monday Facebook Live. Also, don't forget that I started my new cards and coffee and cards over on my Facebook or my YouTube Live, and that is on Thursday at noon here Pacific time. That means it'll be 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Central Time, and 3 o'clock Eastern. Now, when you guys all have time switch, which is daylight savings, which here in Arizona, we don't have daylight savings, so it'll always stay the same time for us. So that's where I always have to keep track of your guys' time so I don't lose track of what's going on in the world. So I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys enjoyed these cards. Give it a try. Make yourself a cute little scrapbook page out of your little leftovers. And be sure to go over and grab yourself a refill so you can make multiple different cards. When you do go to my store to buy the refill, it is shopdannygarola.com. Please use my current host code. You can always copy and paste that from my blog over at stampinthepinkbarn.com. All right, you guys, have a great night. Thank you.